And you're tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to Massive Wagwan, Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joey, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, Massive.
Bringing communities together around the world. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Pereka na uko Mr. Kidema na vituko nimezoea kushimota sis flow so misioni kaneza stiplo kani homa siwezi pata ona dhani niko jekol na please mimi nimesota so sioni utachimba pa gold Minnesota hadi LA sama panis wantaka game niliwaambia watu mema dollar silence na gota heavy rate eko na kama ni party base wanaambiwa si wali relocate okay tutambia nini waseni mchape remit au send wave I'm not shit I'm purely fake so kuna dhani mistake confused and the shia genge bitch na ngushwa kireke kama kufikia kipembe ya kisi sale kinembe cry baby lalia shika kipigia wipe your tears artist kupendi my dear hizo ni nini ndo unasikia kwa heri follow your peers au kuambiwa wachane na mnisa
haiwezi bye bye baby cry baby nataka cry baby Shows that a book for them sunny. Cry baby, nataka cry baby. Story kwa games ni vile unapewa sunny. Cry baby, nataka cry baby. Shows that a book for them sunny. Cry baby, nataka cry baby. Story kwa games ni vile unapewa sunny. See me joke good man, me never lie. Poke it up, why not? Make a man them come get it right now. Top girl, let me keep the designer. That man, wanna give me my designer. Tic-tac, save lives, hala mukide tukupembeleza. Dark, shebeleza. G-string imejaza hela. Anapenda ni crocodile. Tunatoka kabila pressure. Clap to me bumper, oh my gosh. Kwanza ni kwa mavela. Sasa usiku na dayo ass left right cheek neck. Kitanda ni 6x6 mpana deki place. Sasa usiku na dayo ass left right cheek neck. Kitanda ni 6x6 mpana deki place. Cry baby, nataka cry baby. Nilikushow jaribu kufolia msanii. Cry baby, nataka cry baby. Story kwa news nataka msanii. Cry baby, nataka cry baby. Nilikushow jaribu kupea msanii. Cry baby, cry baby. Yes, Wagwan family. Yes, good afternoon and good morning to everyone listening to me via the radio station on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Rumble, and everywhere on all our streaming platforms. Karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, in case you're here for the first time, but of course to all our amazing returning subscribers, Karibuni sana. Big up to Sister Michelle in the building, early and up this amazing morning. I appreciate you sana. Shout out to HR the Messenger. Big up to Ghost. Nimechukua number. I'm WhatsApping you after my show. We shall be talking, of course, to arrange 1, 2, 3 things that we have planned. Shout out to everyone with me also on Facebook, on the radio station. In case you're on the radio, remember you can pin your comments on the show page. And in case you are on the show page live with me, because I'm also live on the show page, remember to pin your comments on the under the chat page. Karibuni sana once again. Today we shall be having an amazing conversation
conversation. It being on a Friday, I have quite some time before I get to wind up my show. So I shall be here for like an hour and more minutes before we get to change the program. That is from next. Get ready for Iwaton because she shall be coming after me. That is from next week. That is from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. with an amazing show. Catch up and see what she shall be bringing onto you. What is the discussion? And of course, show up and show much love. Karibuni sana once again. Today we shall be discussing about France, which is actually passing or rather studying a bill against hair discrimination. Hair discrimination. And we're talking about France. Make that make sense? I mean, we're talking about France. One of the literally most exploiting countries in Africa, or the countries that are literally exploiting Africans, is literally wants to consider Africans in this one. So we shall be talking about that because I see that actually is looking forward to study, rather pass a bill against hair discrimination, where especially which majority of it faces Black people who are heavily discriminated about their hair. And we shall be getting into facts a little bit and why African people especially we need to be educated, the importance of our hair and a lot more. So karibuni sana, we shall also be discussing about the UN, which is actually alarming or has brought up an alarm of global food wastage and shortages. We shall be talking about this because we know majority of this isn't in Africa, and every time they bring any article or release any information, it's all about us. Nothing to do with the rest of the world. Majority of the times it's all about the African continent. And also on the other hand, we shall be talking about the former vice president of Liberia, who is actually seeking for ways on how they can protect young women, especially out of poverty, early pregnancies, and harmful cultural practices like the FGM. We've seen countries like Gambia, for the past 1 month, they have been pushing the bill to return LGBTQ, not LGBTQ, but FGM, female genital mutilation, back into practices. Remember, this was an act that was actually banned in that particular country in 2015, but we've seen parliamentarians, some of them are pushing so hard for this to be brought back. So we shall be discussing about that and also what is happening in Eritrea, where we can see Russia warship has arrived there. And we want to talk a little bit about this because I can see that Eritrea and Russia are literally celebrating 30th or the 30 years of partnership and them working together. But we've been seeing in countries like Eritrea, especially the Horn of Africa, there's been wars going on, and this is all about resources. The people have been displaced. This is countries like Eritrea, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Somali. It is being very chaotic over there. And we've seen the US, which actually Eritrea considered, rather has been working with them, but in a suspicious angle. Want to see what Russia agenda is on this one, because we've seen so far Russia is working with the countries like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. And personally, I'm still cautioned about us inviting other people in the continent of Africa, if it is not beneficial for us. And also we need to check what is their interest despite helping us. On the other hand, we shall be talking about also Burkina Faso, which actually you can see the junta is literally extending the anti-jihadist emergency measures, and this is also includes this term. And personally, I feel like it is quite early, and I feel like they shouldn't even discuss about any presidential dates to be set or anything before the country is stable, until they deal with the jihadists, which we've seen that recently these three countries did hold an amazing talk with Russia, the same country, on how they can deal with the jihadists. And Russia has been providing amazing weapons and a lot of things. We've been seeing them creating their own alliance and all that. So we shall be talking about that and what is also happening in South Africa, where there's been a crazy accident where we can see 45 people have been killed and an 8-year-old girl is the survivor out of the 45. So karibuni sana once again, and I'll be sharing also a video by Professor Lumumba who talks about access of internet and technology in Africa. I'm not a fan anymore like I used to be, because I hate the slow talk. It does make a lot of points, a lot of sense, but for me, I just don't like the slow talk. But we shall be sharing this because I felt like he spoke something very, very important, and which is educating the African people. Karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby. If you're here for the first time, kindly do follow us on all our handles, wherever you're streaming live from, in case you are on YouTube, on Facebook, on Rumble, and also for those who are with us on the show page, kindly ensure that you are signed in with your username or your official names, whatever you prefer. And of course, speaking of our website, for those who are literally Android users, you can find us on the Google Play Store. That is an easy way for you to log in into our website through the application, which gives you the opportunity to stream live with us, to also share amazing articles and videos on our social page. You can also go live or chat with us on the show page, which I am live right now, because sometimes if our content is very exclusive or very hot, we do tend to literally take the conversations over there. So in case you're here and you've been wondering, maybe those times you don't see us on air, apart from Tuesday and Thursday, that is where you can find us. And also the Apple users, you can log in through the web, that is the website itself, that is the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, which also offers you amazing things. Like you can see, I'm live on the show page, I'm sharing my screen right now, and we've been having people like K Williams very active right here on the chat page. So also keep it up and be active, or rather be part of us and join us officially. On the other side, we also have the shop page, which has actually, we have the Blackout Fire Network store page and also the Blackout Fire Network apparel store. You can check out some merchandises like hoodies, t-shirts, anything of your type, capes, muffins, mugs, handbags. We have them all of there. And also on the Blackout Fire Network store, we have amazing things like home appliances. We have sports entertainment wear. We have gifts and crafts. And personally said, and I'll keep on saying until I get it, on these gifts and crafts, and imagine it is very affordable, very affordable. I like me this one. You see this one? This is a good home appliance. This one is a very good gift and craft that I'd literally love to decor my house with somewhere, on the TV stand. But anyway, karibuni sana once again. Check out the Blackout Fire Network website, and of course, do enjoy our amazing services over there. I'll be getting back to a little bit of the music, and of course, come back with the quote of the day immediately as we get started with today's conversation. And because it is on a weekend, I want to tell you guys to be very careful this weekend, especially to the 254 people. Be very careful. I know a lot of you are going to be outside, but please kindly don't drink and drive. Be very careful of your surrounding. For those who are going for the Raha Fest, manze, enjoy on our behalf. For people like me, I see people like Levis is already in Kenya. We have Kiss Daniel, who's also in Kenya, and we're waiting for Davido, who is in Uganda today. He's supposed to be having a concert there to see how is it going to go down. We also have the Safari Rally. We have amazing things, literally so many events, so many active events going and taking place this weekend. So kindly be very careful for those who shall be outside and celebrate and enjoy on our behalf. But as you celebrate, I hope you are also enjoying whatever you're winning in life. And this is Jada Kingdom coming in with Win. We're coming back with the quote of the day.
Every time I feel young and no different, swear it off a win. That's why we'll try again. Every time I feel, cause God always I listen. One day I have to win. That's why I'll try again. Tell me, working hard when I'm struggling. Minimum wage can't cover my bills. Somebody tell me what me gonna live. They might complain, but we're not. I'll do it now, sure. Only me and God know all my dear. Go, we have to make a bad drive out the town. I'm free, all my want forgot the place and yes, me. I'm in shop for a starter. When we start, we used to hear the alarm. But you know, say a time, not a master. Everything I say, I'm going to me, I go after. You see the free, that's why every day me OD. Just like get a girl from the east with a dream. I shoot for the top and me go bring you one team. Every time.
Yes, and my quote of the day today says, not everyone will understand your journey. That's okay. You are here to live your life, not to make everyone understand. And I hope you walk with that you walk in with that during this weekend. Not everyone is to understand your journey. You do your part and go. You do your part and leave. That is the most important. So long as you're so dedicated, you're passionate about what you do, just keep on going. But anyway, karibuni sana once again. Hope you guys are doing great. One more time, shout out to Sister Michelle. Shout out to everyone with us on the Facebook page, and also those who are with us on the YouTube page, on the radio station, on the show page, on Rumble, and also those who get to catch the shows on Spreaker or rather on Spotify. Spotify. I hope you guys get to enjoy these amazing conversations. But of course, as we get started with today's conversation and what is happening, I want to start with some amazing, not really amazing, but sad news coming in from South Africa, where we seen today early in the morning, we woke up to a death of 45 people who have been killed in a bus crash. And the incident, I don't know if I can share the video of what happened and the bridge that caused this accident. And when you talk about poor infrastructures in Africa, this is basically what we're speaking about. It was just this week or last week, we're talking about the expressway road. We've been seeing actually last week and the beginning of this week, Dimore was sharing on the 7 a.m. news, a couple of people who died because of the floods that occurred right here in Nairobi. It was not really a heavy rain, like he said. It was not really that heavy to carry people. It's just that we have poor water drainage. But apart from that, we discussed about the finances used, the expenditures used on these infrastructures, poor infrastructures. And if you try to look at the amount and the constructions or the infrastructures, the way they are built, it's not adding up. Because like our road for Dimore, he read it costed us 100 and something billion. That is for the express road, which was constructed by Chinese people. For me, I read it was 88 billion. So you can see even they're not even clear with the numbers. It is 100 and something billion or 88 billion. But for me, it confirmed it was 88 billion. The more I had him read, it was 100 and something billion. But that is not even the matter. The expenditure of it and what we have, it is very poor. Because if I try look, I saw the image of what really happened in this, before this accident, whatever happened in South Africa in this accident, and the bridge they're talking about that caused this accident is very poorly constructed. We're talking about the most developed country in Africa, like we claim, but yet they have poor infrastructures. But let me share this very quickly and see if it shows any images of what really happened before I get to read the content. Okay, so they have removed the video apparently because it is crazy. But they're saying that 45 people have died in South Africa after the bus they were in plunged some 50-meter, that is 165 feet, off a bridge in a ravine. That is the information given by authorities. An 8-year-old girl is the only survivor, sustained serious injuries, but is now in a stable condition. The bus crashed through a barrier and caught fire when it hit the ground in the northern eastern Limpopo province. And 34 body bags have been taken from the scene, but only 9 bodies have been identified or were identifiable. That is the information by the authorities. And the passengers were pilgrims are traveling from Botswana capital Gaborone to an eastern service in the town of Moria. The vehicle lost control and went off a bridge in the Mantanikala mountain pass between Mokapane and the Macrae, around 300 kilometers, that is 190 miles north parts of Johannesburg, according to South Africa Public Broadcaster. And the Department of Transport, shout out to Simon Jemedari, hope you're doing amazing. They said that the vehicle lost control and went off a bridge on the I think I read that. Department of Transport spokesperson Colin Msibi told the BBC News program that the girl who survived is currently in hospital and she's on a stable condition. And what they suspect is that when the bus hit the barrier of the bridge, the child was ejected out of the bus, and that is how the child was able to survive. Because rescue operations went on late into Thursday evening, continued the next morning, and Limpopo health official told South Africa broadcaster that the body parts of the separate crash victims may be put into different body bags, which is why so far only 9 bodies have been identified. This is so crazy. And this is when you're talking about poor infrastructures, because I wish they could show, because according to other platforms or other platforms, actually you can see the bridge from You can see out the bus or from where the bus fell. And that is what we're talking about, poor infrastructures, literally. You'll find that probably this bridge or that particular road, which has a bridge, did cost South Africa a lot of money, probably which they're still indebted of, but it has cost lives. Who's going to be held accountable for these poor infrastructures, for people dying because of these poor infrastructured roads? Who's going to be held accountable for that? That is number one. Because we do have engineers, and I remember kids saying that even if you look at our expressway road, literally, if you are a good engineer, a studied engineer, you can just check and say that that is a poorly constructed road. That is our express road, which is considered the best actually in East Africa. Because yes, last year it was ranked amongst the best roads in East Africa. That was last year, expressway road. And today, if it rains just a little bit, it is flooded. We have poor water drainage. There is traffic because this road was also built for it to be able to reduce the amount of traffic we have, especially like on Fridays of people coming from work. And which has actually, people have to pay for that. People have to pay for that. And mind you, when the expressway road was launched in 2022, 2021, 2022, they said it's going to take us, so far it is 25 years. When I read it was 27 years. So we're talking about 25 years of debt that we're supposed to be paying back to the Chinese or whoever did give us this money. But the question goes back to the people who start, because the same thing applies not only in roads, but so many projects that we have as a continent in terms of development that are supposed to be fulfilled. But the little that we have that has been done has been poorly done, which has costed us a lot of funds. It is also costing us or costing our people's lives. It's a high time where Africans need to be actually answered. They need to question, and we need answers. We have engineers in Africa who can do this, but you have to bring Chinese people right here to show us they're the best of the best. Weaklings. Because that is what they are. The best of the best weaklings. We have African men. We have engineers. But it is crazy, and this is on purpose when you talk about, again, unemployment rate in Africa. That is where it goes to and where it takes us back to. They don't want to give opportunities to Africans because we're going to do things correctly. We're going to do things correctly. Because if it is us doing it ourselves, we're not going to do something just because we're doing it because I want to come back, ask for more funds or get more projects from Kenya. No, I'm doing this for my country. I'm doing this for my people. And I'm doing it because of passion and love. But we're bringing people who are literally here to do things out of selfishness, out of where Africa needs to be so dependent to them for the longest time, a long-term dependency on them. This is all on purpose. And it is so crazy to see that we have 45 lives that have been lost, 44 that have been lost this morning in South Africa. And Cyril Ramaphosa needs to actually be the one to answer or check on the engineers who constructed that road, because this is not the first one, probably not the first one that has occurred on that particular area, on that particular bridge, and probably won't be the last one, not the second one we're going to be reporting. So you can question yourself in the next 20 coming years, if this is how we're going to be dependent on our infrastructures for the Chinese people to come and tell us what to do. If we get the money from the IMF or the World Bank, they're the ones to dictate how we should build up our development, then we're so wrong. We need to actually check on ourselves. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. Like the young man, that is Osman Sonko, who said, Africa belongs to Africans. Let Africans do and construct. Let us deal with our own development. We don't need no Chinese. We don't need no Indians. We don't need no white man coming to help us. And even the Russia itself, we need to be cautioned. Because I'm gonna actually give a round of applause for Russia, because they're trying to make us build what the Western powers have refused for us to have. They're trying to bring the skills into being, not just talking about it, oh, you know, Africa needs to develop. So this is Agenda 2030, where we're going to need to fund this amount of money. No, we don't need none of that. And at the end of the day, they end up doing nothing. And at the end of the day, all these African presidents attend the summit. Can you make that make sense? It is such a shame. And this is so heartbreaking to see that on this Friday in South Africa, we're going to be seeing, or rather, most of the families are right now grieving and are in pain. And this is because of a system that is not working correctly. Unless you have something different to tell me, Karibu sana, and to everyone who's with us on YouTube, you let me know what are your thoughts regarding this. But moving on is about Liberia. But before I move on, I see Keith says, I finally found that article, Joby, on TikTok. Which one, Keith? Kindly let me know. And I also see you agreeing with me. Which article? I don't know which one you're talking about, but let me know kindly. Just let me know on the chat over there. And now, on the other matters we're talking about also, or rather what we want to talk about is about Liberia. We know that was last year. When? I can't remember the exact dates. You know, I've been keeping track of the elections dates that have been happening in Africa, especially since last year. All the dates have been stuck in my head, but I can't remember for Liberia when it happened, but it was last year. And we saw that Joseph Boakai was the one who took over the presidential seat, and that is him defeating the previous Kun or puppet who was in power. And right now we have Joseph Boakai. And remember, in Liberia, before actually the elections happened, the people had complained because especially the youth, which is the biggest percentage of the population, they did complain about lack of employment in the country. They did also complain about lack of poor schools, poor hospitals, poor government services, and a whole lot. And that this actually, if you combine this and some articles I was reading last year about Kenya also having poor services, Nigeria, it is a copy and paste situation. And that is what we see Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali have been changing, because that is a true democratic or true democracy working over there. But President Joseph Boakai has come out to speak about Liberia problems, and that includes actually job opportunities amongst the youth. And he had something to say. And he won power by promising to end corruption, but try telling that to the people who want him to just hand out jobs. And he says a lot of people come into government believing that they are there to enrich themselves. They don't understand what public service is about. And I want to pause that. I want to just pause that. When we talk about public services, this is the same thing I was talking about yesterday in Uganda. So the census, which is supposed to be happening and conducted in May in Uganda, one of the agendas Museveni was telling people to do, or him encouraging people to tell the truth and be available for the census, is because of the public services that is supposed to be fulfilling to the people. But I questioned, for how long have we been having African countries holding census, and for the same agenda?
As long as the white man got the country, that's fine. That's how long.
That is true. Yeah, that for as long as the white man has the country, because the data doesn't fall in our hands, it falls on this white man's hands. And that is when they come up with this VACCINE, like the video you just shared with me on WhatsApp, and the agenda to depopulate Africans.
Yeah,
so all
exactly.
this public services bullshit coming from this puppet says that these other puppets don't understand what public service is about. We are about to see what Joseph Boakai is about to do. A 79-year-old. What I always wonder, why didn't they pick who was the previous president of I've forgotten his name. The previous president of Liberia.
That was that soccer player.
Yeah. Let me see his name.
George something.
George Weah, exactly. Yeah, George Weah. Thank you, Keith. Yeah, George Weah. So George Weah was 56 years of age, and something that made me wonder, why is it that they didn't pick the younger one and picked up the old one? Because George Weah was kind of young. It was 56.
Because it was a scam, and George Weah was a scam. It's all made up propaganda. Oh yeah, I sent you the video. The article I've been trying to have you look up, but we could never find that article, right? Because I had you look up an article forever, telling you how the British and the Europeans were coming to Africa before they could colonize it, It was telling you they've never seen a beggar. Everybody in Africa is wealthy. And how can we conquer these people? That we must destroy their minds. So I sent you that video on WhatsApp, Jovi. The South African lady talking about that was the article. I kept trying to have you find it. We could never find it nowhere on Google. Like they scraped Google from it. And because the British had went all throughout Africa and meeting African people and said, wow, all these people are rich. Of course, live on the richest continent. They control Africa then. So I don't think it's nothing we can give because the Europeans didn't have anything to give anybody. So they're there talking about, I don't know, how can we conquer these niggas? Something you don't got nothing they need. He said, well, okay, well, the way we can do it, he says, we're going to break their backs, destroy their minds, destroy their spirituality, and give them this Jesus shit, and tell them to hate themselves. That's the only way I think. He said, that's the only way I think we can conquer these people. Because they have nothing we want. They're kind, they're loving, but that might be our way to conquer their ass.
I'll share that as we continue with the show. I've queued it on my tab, so we shall be sharing it as we get to continue. But yes, that is Joseph Boakai. He says that a lot of people come into government believing that they are there to enrich themselves. That includes him, because we're talking about 79 years.
Yeah, they all know that. No, that's what the Africans believe. That's only people. But all the politicians of Africa are rich. They don't start any businesses. They don't build shit. But they're the wealth. That's what, because that's the stealing of the nation with the white man. Because that's how they got rich. They didn't build anything. And everybody, when you build wealth, you must build something. You don't get to be no politician. You must build a company, build some kind of invention, something. You don't get to go, I'm in parliament and now I'm rich. What? I'm the president. Right, I'm the president and now I'm rich.
But they say that they don't understand what public service is about. And in 3 months, so the elections were conducted in October. That was in October, if I'm not wrong. That was in October or December. I'm not sure. I'll try to recall that. So in 3 months,
where was last year?
In 3 months since his defeat of President George Weah, he took the reins, and Mr. Boakai says that he has been very selective about who he brings along with him, because he blames corruption for all the crises we've had. And the 79-year-old is a former prime minister, but does not hail from a political dynasty. And he says, I never really had a childhood. My ambition was just to live a normal life. As one of the 5 sons to a disabled poor mother and an absent father, he went on to work as a school janitor and rubber taper, and it was a grueling work, causing him pain because he didn't realize he was meant to carry rubber on his shoulder instead of his head, but it gave him the grift as a politician needs, he tells the BBC. Those are early jobs paid for two pairs of the smart trousers, 2 shirts, and 1-way ticket of the capital city of Monrovia. After gaining a place at the City College of West Africa, he could only see his mother 1 week each year, as he had to work within the college to pay for his tuition and upkeep. Now approaching his 80s, Mr. Boakai acknowledges he is at the age of the most electorate's grandparents, but sees his role as a rooting out deep-seated problems and handing over a well-managed Liberia to the next generation. He says, I am here only to guide a process to bring the country to where it should be, and they can take it over. So how successful has it been so far? He says Liberians have had this all before. We are ahead of state. Comes in and makes this large, fat, raging proclamation about the fact that they are going to make corruption public enemy number 1. However, he has President Boakai declared his own assets as soon as he came in and made his appointees to do the same. Mr. Boakai has also asked for an audit of the presidential office and integrity institutions such as general.
What he did, he said he made everybody's assets public. What do you own? Do you have any? Do you have any business in the country's affairs? What do you own? So he's also auditing to make sure. I want to see. You don't do that. So he may be on the right path, right? If it's real, because I want to know what you own. What same way we would know what does Ruto own in Kenya? What businesses and conflicts does he have that benefits him? And all these people in parliament supposed to be audited. Because where they money? How the fuck are they wealthy? And you a politician, so we know you're stealing. I make an audit. I know where the money's going. So okay, you're stealing here, stealing here, stealing there. You're going to jail. An audit, Joby. Where the fuck is the money going?
It's crazy. It doesn't add up. They're stealing, of course. They are pocketing the money. That is what they're doing. But yes, they're saying that Mr. Boakai has also asked for an audit of the presidential office and beefed up integrity institutions such as General Auditing Commission and the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. He says this is a way of signaling to the Liberian people that it won't be a business as usual and there is still a long way to go. Liberians have lost patience over recent years and mounted mass protests, accusing the previous government of mismanaging funds and corruption, while the cost of living had spiraled up for
Africans, you must understand, your enemy, most of you guys don't know you got an enemy. So that lady, I think she might have been Kenyan. I don't know who that lady that sent that video. Looked like she was Kenyan. I don't know. Wherever she's from. The systems you have in Africa have been created to fail by your enemy. Systems of governance have been made for corruption and to fail on purpose. Why Kenya doesn't work, why Nigeria doesn't work, why Ghana doesn't work. That's on purpose. And when we told you, when you get a leader that's trying to actually fix it, like a Patrice Lumumba, like a Kwame Nkrumah, like a Thomas Sankara, they're coming to see you, to execute you. Because when Joey plays that video, you'll see Africa has always been wealthy. There was nobody, you had no beggars. He tells you, there were no beggars in Africa. Why would I have to beg? Africa has all the food, has all the resources. No one should ever be poor in Africa, ever. That's why all these white people want it. All these invaders are still up in the north, and the white people in the south, from South Africa, baby, don't want to leave. They're here to exploit Africa. No one came to Africa to do the African no good. Now the African's mind has been completely destroyed. I was listening to Sister Parvin, our hell self, about her mama going crazy over Benny Hinn. Can you imagine the childlike mind you got to have to not know Benny Hinn is a whole con man? This goofy made up preacher dude. Be like, heal, Joey, I got my hands on you. Heal and walk across the stage. Yeah, what?
It's crazy. It is crazy. But let me read this article just a little bit. They say that more than a fifth of the population lives less than $2 a day.
$2 a day, Joey.
That is crazy. Last year when Mr. Ware was it is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Imagine I can't save $2 a day. I'm gonna lie if I say I use $2 a day. That is a cap. Okay? That is a cap. So I can't.
That's crazy.
I wonder if we have fat people in Liberia. Like, are they all skinny? You know? $2.
Tell me. It's not Liberia. That's the majority of Africa. They don't know. Yes, tell me.
I know, but at the same time,
majority of Africa don't live like you. They don't got no damn 2 balconies and living life and most of Africa lives on, like you showed when you showed. Remember, I think about it a couple years ago when you showed South Sudan. You did that damn show about South Sudan, and the kid had gloves and shoes. Yeah, that's what I want you to understand what you've been turned to after you play that video. How Africans' wealth has been taken away from them because their minds are mostly all fucked up. They got childlike minds. So, you Yes,
That's crazy.
imagine giving $2 a day.
I
I
can't.
mean,
I can't.
less,
I'm gonna
less,
starve.
less than $2 a day. They told you less.
You're gonna find me in the hospital because of my acid kicking my ass. No, because I'm hungry. I can't. I
Their
can't.
back,
I can't, man.
and their backs are touching their stomachs are touching their backbone. And
Man,
you know, it's got the big bellies in Liberia. The politicians.
of course, the balloon bellies. It is all of our sponsors. That's why they are getting the university ladies because they have this, the balloon bellies, convincing girls to have money. Come on, you're so unhealthy. Go work out.
Yeah, but you girls don't like the fat women. The fat men. Those are the ones that got the money.
Crazy. But the thing
Shout
last
out,
year, Mr.
shout out to Shamani.
Manze. Last
That's
year,
the
Mr. Ware was still at helm, and Liberia was ranked 145th out of 180 countries of Transparency Internationally, International Corruptions
corrupted
Perception
shit.
Index.
Yeah.
And
Corrupted shit is there.
the ex-footballer's time in office saw a number of scandals, with 3 government officials sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury and subsequently resigning. They have still not been prosecuted. President Buak, of course, they won't. I bet they will be prosecuted. I bet they won't. I doubt. President Buakai, too, as his critics. A judge recently accused Mr. Boakai of cronyism, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, claiming he's favoring people from
cronyism. That means they help the tribal shit.
Yeah. Claiming he's favoring people from his home area of Lofa County for top jobs, and the presidency tells BBC this is not true. The president is not appointing based on tribe. He's putting competence above anything else.
Exactly.
He says, and he says that he declined to say because we are not appointing by counties, and he says also the same that
because you can't even run a country that'll be based on tribe. When you do that, your country's fucked up. You're not getting the best people. Because he's from my tribe. Like what?
It is crazy. That's a copy and paste in every African country. But he also goes ahead and speaks. He goes ahead and speaks about Africa feeding the world and their capabilities of feeding the world, and he says that with his past on Liberia's rubber plantation and a stint in the 1980s agriculture, Minister President Boakai sees huge growth opportunities in the country's soil. He says in Africa we're not going to manufacture new articraft or new automobiles, but we can feed the world. He says that we have the water, we have the soil, we have the land. We do not need to import amount of rice we are importing. We feed ourselves. If we cut down corruption and use our resources properly, we can feed ourselves and even
and you can build manufacturing too, but you try to say you're too stupid to build cars. The first car was built by a black American, an African. So what the hell are you talking about, moron? You should build cars in Africa. You got the manufacturing. You got the materials come out your ground, dummy. Those are the resources that everybody wants that they're not giving to you. Talking about. Yeah, you can feed the world, but you also can manufacture everything: handbags, clothes, shoes, socks. What are you talking about?
That is very possible, and I believe through that is how we can avoid having these cars that are always blowing, especially nowadays. We've been seeing our cars just blowing. Accidents
because they sell you, they oversell you old ass cars. Yo, you got the disrespect they give to Africa. Let me tell you guys. I don't know if you guys even know. They sell Africa, family, used cars at new car prices.
Yep.
Used cars are like 7 to 8 years old at new car prices. I was looking at these prices. I said, "What? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Are you crazy?"
It is insane, and at the same time, I feel like they also give us. I don't know. It's like they have a specification of. It's like there's a certain material which is very weak. They kind of use to, on the cars they're going to transport back or import in Africa.
They're gonna give you the most fucked up car and charge you more because you're African, and because the men are weak. The men don't try to say, "Hey, we're not taking none of this." They say Goopy bumbling 70 and Ruto always begging, "Please can you give us cars?" Yeah, we're gonna give you these cars, nigga. Take that. That's the cars you get. Okay, thank you. You don't make no car. You'll get what I give your stupid ass. Here you go.
It is super, super insane. But personally, I'm looking forward to see how he's going to fulfill and if he's going to make all this happen. We can see a couple
We'll
of
see.
things he's done. So we're here to observe if Liberians are going to be taking it to the street or if it's going to be a change situation.
There's gonna
Unlike
be revolution coming. So I'm at to send you over that video. I didn't see that the African lady. Oh, the African lady telling the truth. There's going to be revolution in Africa. I meant to send it yesterday. I know it ain't in my feed no more. TikTok feed. She's telling the truth. Africa belongs to us. You should have no right having to throw these people out that have stolen everything from us. Right.
True. And on this other end of still Liberia, we can see that the vice president, that is the former vice president, she came out to speak about poverty, early pregnancies, and harmful cultural practices, especially that is hindering young women in West Africa. And she was speaking at the opening of the West Africa Adolescent Girls Summit in the Liberia capital, which is a red flag for me because, Africa, they call it what? Africa Adolescent Girls Summit. Who's funding? That is the number one
As I
question.
say, who's funding it? Who's funding the nonsense? What is this damn agenda? As soon as you find some Europeans funding, you say, I'm out. I'm out of it.
Exactly.
This is nonsense.
Exactly, because especially if you talk about adolescent girls or young genders, young people, we've been seeing the Europeans or the whites.
Do this first, Vice President. Stop the white missionaries from coming over to Liberia, impregnating black women, and then trying to chop their heads off so they won't have to be embarrassed. Goddamn 2024, you got missionaries today. You ain't got no African missionaries going nowhere else to nobody else's country. You always got white people come pushing that bullshit. You're supposed to been stop that when you got independent. Listen, you gave us all the Jesus we need. We'll take it from here. We'll no more missionaries coming in our countries. But you ain't even done that. Don't tell me about them damn meetings. Some meeting you got going on in the capital of Monrovia. Get out of here.
So let me read it. They're saying that she was speaking at the opening of the West Africa Adolescent Girls Summit in the Liberian capital, Monrovia, which has brought together 200 adolescent girls and boys from across the region, as well as the government officials. Mrs. Taylor acknowledges that some gains have been made, but said she hoped the young participants would be inspired and help create change in their homes and communities. Young people can sometimes be excluded from decision-making process because they are seen as inexperienced, apathetic, and incapable of contributing meaningfulness.
Pathetic. Nobody sees young. That's pathetic. Who sees young people as pathetic? Oh, apathetic. Okay, not knowing. Okay, don't. Okay, at least it's pathetic. Okay, wow. My fault. I'm about to go on that. Okay, apathetic. Not knowing anything. Okay, and not wanting to know anything. Okay, I got you.
In a video address recorded for the summit, former Nigerian First Lady Aisha Buhari also outlined, she's a red flag. I don't like that lady.
Oh, and Buhari that showed his wife that showed up in Liberia. Oh.
She's a red flag. Aisha Buhari also outlined that there are enormous challenges facing young women and girls due to traditional religious norms. She told the gatherings that religious misconceptions had further hindered girls' access to formal education.
Hey, you didn't abolish all these stupid religions that all lies. Your Christian sanity, your Islam nonsense. You haven't got rid of it, and it has hurt African women. We had spirituality. You treated African women as equal. They could be heads of damn countries. They could be the heads of wars. No more. When you got the white man's fake Allah, the white man's fake Jesus, you just put your own woman on the bottom. You know, you that's against the Lord Jesus. That's against Allah. Make sure you cover your whole face up and your head. That was some crazy shit. Hey, idiot. That was their culture because they couldn't be in the sun. Not yours, dummy. Now they tell you it's the modesty. It's to make a woman feel no, stupid. These people invaded Africa, which is hot in that area, so that they cover their body up because they were getting all fucked up with disease, with cancer, because they can't stand the sun like an African person who's melanated. Original people didn't have to put all that shit on them. So now you adopted their backward ass culture. But you got that hijab or whatever that goofy ass thing. They should make that the song. Hijab, hijab, hijabby jibby jab, hijab, 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 hijab.
Yeah, you know, Jabba is in the building, so you're pronouncing his name literally.
Jibby jibby jab, hijab, hijabby jibby jab, hijab, hijabby jibby
But
jab.
my thoughts regarding that and the reason why I brought it up is that is true. Whatever she's saying that we have poverty increase, especially amongst the young people. That is true. I've seen, especially where I grew up, so many young people are stuck in poverty because of one, getting pregnant at a very young age, and
yeah, true.
yeah, you know, and then we have something we discussed, which was a topic as family planning.
If you're bored, and you got nothing to do, if you're bored, you got nothing to do, you're gonna experiment with the other gender. That's nature. A boy's gonna be attracted to a girl, girl's gonna be attracted to a boy. And if you don't have nothing for the mind to do, if you have nothing for the mind to do, you got nothing for them to do.
It is effective to the society, and I feel like when she speaks about if it is a true Africa adolescent summit that is trying to help young people to make better decisions, then personally I support it. But again, I want to go back to the fundings and
well, she mentioned a religion. She mentioned a religion, Joey. How are you going to get Harvin's mother away from the TV watching Benny Hinn?
I don't know about that, but
Farman, can you hear me, Farman? How are we gonna get your mother away from the TV watching Benny Hinn? It's hurting young girls in Africa. You heard the president's wife of that goofy president's wife of Nigeria.
She said your mother is watching you too, so be careful. Yeah, but I'm saying personally, I feel like
let me make a joke. Can you imagine Harvard sitting there next to her mother while she watched Benny Hinn?
You just walk out. You know, you can't stand. You can't sit there. You just walk out. You know, you're not relating. But my thoughts regarding that, I feel like yes, it is true. Young women need to be educated, especially in Africa, because I've discussed about where it's been a thought. Let me say it's a thought where Africans have thought. I've had it like a thought where family planning is going to help reduce poverty or all that, but it has actually even made the situation way worse because the mindset, again, we're talking about the mindset of the people, which is very brainwashed, very docile, you know. So most of the people I've seen, they don't know how to make better, especially if you come from a poor, let me say, generation, you know, you don't know you can change that. So you feel like this is a norm. Same way I used to think maybe Jesus just wanted some people to be others be rich. You know, it's a bias. A bias thing. You know? Like
shout out to Joby. Joby was watching Benny Hinn too. Shit.
I know. No way. You don't find me on Netflix. I don't. Find me on Netflix.
I know that Jesus wants you to be poor. Family, you're in Africa. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be out. Should nobody ever be impoverished in Africa? Before you got colonized and we enslaved, there was no poverty in Africa. So your God never wanted you to be poor. The real God put you on the richest continent on the planet. You were well. I know the white man told you he's civilized. He told you all these lies, but it's not true. He was always wealthy. Because you controlled Africa then. You never had famine. You got the richest soil on the planet. All you got to do is, back then, before they destroyed your soil, you didn't need no fertilizer. You drop a soil in Africa, everything grew. You just eat anything you wanted. You're like, starving. Man, I don't know about no starvation. The Europeans starving. The white Arabs were starving. Not Africans. You didn't have any starvation. Now you got this system. Now you got people starving in Africa. Now you got poverty in Africa. These things are unnatural to African people. And Benny Hinn is unnatural to African people.
Man, guy was paid a lot of money to be just here. You know, he was paid a lot of
I
money.
know. They say he's in. Armin told me he's in the cut. He feel the Park Coliseum. Now this lets you know, like shout out to Mr. Smart J. The minds are still messed. The mind. You a grown ass person. Benny Hinn is like looking at wrestling. If anybody think wrestling is real, it's like a person looking at wrestling and thinking that's real. Like Joey was talking about that they're like that white dude. What's that white dude that now he's an actor now? No, not Mr. Beast. The white guy you got to talk about. That goofy John Cena. That goofy John Cena ass. That goofy make believe cracker, right? So that's like believe John Cena's actually whipping somebody's ass in wrestling. You know that's made up.
Can't see me.
Oh, I never looked at wrestling. I don't know what they do. I can't look at make believe shit. Wrestling, so but people are like, but see, that's why the Africans are just like us because the black people in America. I grew up, they love that shit. I can never watch it. I said, man, this is too phony.
You should have found us on Sundays and Wednesday at night.
Wow.
Hey. I never used to go outside on Sundays, especially from an hour is for wrestling. For me, I just want to see wrestling.
See, they like all the characters. I'm the bad guy. I'm gonna kill you with everything I'm gonna do. All that shit. I can't watch that. Who's your favorite Joker?
My favorite character used to be Umaga. I don't know many of you know Umaga. We have Great Khali, Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. See, at least Joker know their characters. That's like Benny Hinn. He's a character. It's made up. But I never watched nothing but you guys. I grew up with just like Joey. They love that shit. I can never watch them. It's too phony. I said, oh my God, this make-believe ass shit here. But Joey's right. Jimmy Jam, you know you grew up in Black America. Black America love that wrestling shit. True. Especially remember when Dwayne Johnson was The Rock and he was wrestling? Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? I'm like, no, I can't smell it. I can't watch this goofy shit.
Man, I used to love wrestling. I'm not gonna cap. I used to love wrestling. Chuck Norris movies, Van Damme movies. I used to love all that shit. I'm not gonna cap. I used to make my mom buy me all the CD tapes because of I used to force her. I never used to be that kid stuck on the cartoons a lot. I used to love action movies a lot.
Can you imagine a girl? I didn't know a lot of girls that actually like wrestling. Joey's one of the few women. That's how you know she's more. That's why you know she hang out with the guys more. I never met no women. Not that many that were in the wrestling, into all the added. The guys are go crazy over that make believe. I'm gonna be after you, brother. I'm coming for you. I said, oh, I can't. This is too much like a cartoon. I can't watch this phony shit. I can't watch it. I'm coming to get you, brother. You did me wrong. You was talking to my wife. Like, what? They used to love it. Because my friends used to go to the stadiums to watch that shit. I can't spend no money on that. What?
It used to be fun, man.
That's when we was in the high school.
Yeah, it used to be fun. It's a good thing they put a disclaimer, don't try this at home, because man, I broke my sister's arm sometime because we were trying
to see, Nobody can't talk shit about the Nigerians. Nobody looking at wrestling, fucking up a little sister, just like those Nigerians look at the movies and trying to shoot each other and miss a bullet.
No, we were playing. Then I don't know what happened. Then I broke her arm. It wasn't really broke, but I don't know what happened. I twisted her arm. She was hurt. So I was like, man, I'm not playing with you again. I'm done. Like, you and I is a red flag playing. Like, we're gonna hurt each other. So no.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly. Your grandparents loved it too. That's right. The grandparents, my friends' grandparents, they loved that shit. Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. I was like, man, I can't watch none of this shit. I used to love that. I can't watch none of this wrestling. Thinking Joey about to break his sister's arm. I'm gonna be Shawn Michaels, and you be
No,
and Joey little sister like.
Do you remember we also had the female characters? So I used to.
Okay,
I
that's
had
true.
Naomi. Naomi used to be my best character of the female wrestlers. There's Naomi, the black lady. She used to be very beautiful. That was my best. I was like, I'm Naomi. You gonna be? She used to choose Charlotte. I don't know that's Ric Flair's daughter. I think if I'm not wrong.
Hey,
Ric
can
Flair.
you imagine Toby knows Ric Flair in Kenya? Toby knows the nature boy Ric Flair. God damn! God damn!
Yeah, so she used to be Ric Flair's daughter, and I used to be Naomi.
Now I want every woman in the studio to come up front and see if they know who Ric Flair even is. I bet Joey's the only one that knows Ric Flair.
I think people do know Ric Flair.
I don't believe it, Joey. I don't believe it. The guys do. I don't believe there's no woman in that studio that knows who Ric Flair is. Let me see.
You can start with Marvin.
Huh? Marvin, you know who Ric Flair is? Don't lie. You know who Ric Flair is?
I know. Oh. Yeah, you should know.
What? Okay, ask somebody. Let's go next. I know. You know, ask Christine. Does Christine know?
Christine went out with Shmani. I don't know what they want to get.
What about E? Does E know?
She's on
there. Shit. Fine. Rick, Joey knows who Ric Flair is. Now, I would have bet $1 million Joey didn't know no damn Ric Flair. I've been broke as hell.
Nah. Man, I'll take the money.
She even know the man's daughter. That's how much wrestling they. Man, what?
Yeah.
You know, when I was in the Marine Corps, the cats are looking at that shit. You're like, hey, man, Ric Flair, the nature boy. I was like, what? I'm not watching that shit. You got me all the way messed up. Hey, man, Ric Flair's gonna be fighting Hulk Hogan. I said, man, I'll pass. I'm cool. I gotta go find me some women. Y'all look at that. I gotta find me some women. Y'all look at Ric Flair.
It used to be amazing. My dad tried to hook me up with the boxing characters, but I couldn't man. I was like, man, you're some psycho type ass. No. No. You are a boxer yourself. Do you see how you beat us up? Then you want me to learn that? Because they used to teach me actually. Like we used to go exercise, and then used to teach me like if someone finds you.
Well, that's good. Just protection.
If they bring you a blow on the face, this is how you do. Like he used to teach me a couple of things.
That's actually good. That's actually good to teach you self-defense, protect yourself. Because none of that wrestling shit works. That's all phony.
It's crazy.
Imagine a wrestler fighting a Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson knock his ass out. Your fake wrestling ass out of here.
In the building. I see Jibajaba earlier was saying that in the movies they make it like Africa never saw a mirror and that we are fascinated by a white man's trinket. It's
that's true. Exactly. So that's why I want Joey to play that video in a minute, telling the truth. That's that article I kept trying to get Joey to find. We never can find it, but the South African lady found it, was doing a TikTok video on it. We never can find that article. I kept telling Joey that. I kept having Joey go every 3 months. I would mention that article. I can never find it. Joey can never find it, but the South African lady found it. It's how the British were just coming through fake conquered. They scoped out Africa. They call themselves adventurers. What they call that big shit. When they weren't adventurers. They would say, how can we take over this rich continent and get away from these niggas? Mm-hmm. So they know Africans are welcoming. They welcome them all in, treat them good, fed them, not knowing that they were sizing them up. They were traveling all over Africa. So how can we conquer these fucking people and steal this shit And that's what he was saying. He said, and he's nicely telling you, I went throughout Africa. These are the highest people of high esteem. Their moral character. See, this where they got, you not know Jesus. Now you got poverty. You got Jesus now and Allah. Now you got poverty. You got death because you've been put in poverty. So before that, he's telling you, there's no poverty. There's no criminalization. Why? Africans have to be criminals because they had everything. Why be a criminal when everything I got? Shit. You know, it's not worth me. Who would I steal from? We have everything. So he said, so he writes back to England and said, I don't know how we're gonna conquer these people. They got nothing, we have nothing that they want. They're already wealthy. And they say, okay, we fuck their minds up. We do a parvin, right? Like Parvin's mind. We make them children. We fuck their minds up. That's the only way we can conquer them. We got to slowly take over their minds, manipulate them in the head, because that's the only way we can conquer these people. So that article always gets lost. They want to tell you the fake thing. They were missionaries. They came to save you. You was impoverished. What? How you going to be impoverished in Africa? You sound crazy.
It's insane. He also says that like Obama and his 400 million trust funds from his Indonesian father, he never disclosed to the public.
He never closed his, his wealthy. Yeah, his real daddy was an assassin, that Indonesian dude. His mama's a Rothschild, that fake Obama story. He's from Kenya. You don't get out of here with that bullshit. Motherfuckers, whole CIA agent. You go back to the kids. And shout out to, I thought when Judge Joe Brown told me that, I thought he was making it up. I said, Judge, where's the evidence? Come on, man. We know Obama ain't no good. You know, we know Obama's fucked up, but come on, man. Come on. And then everybody, those pictures start surfacing on the dark web with Obama as a child with the bushes. And you know what Obama looks like. I said, how the hell is he a Kenyan kid and he's with the goddamn president and the president's family in America? Oh, this is some bullshit. He's with the Bush family. And shout out to E. And imagine where Obama and Michelle Obama is. You about to get a lot of your feelings hurt, E.
Oh no, I don't know, but I believe she has a lot to learn. That is what I
that's right. You about to get your feelings hurt. You believe in a lot of fucked up people. And we about to expose them to you. And you might go home and scream in the dark.
I did that, you know. I was almost
That's right.
That's right. I was like, I'm not going back. Why are they questioning Jesus?
You're gonna be in the dark. You're gonna be sitting in the seat next to Parvin's mom, looking at Benny Hinn.
That'd be crazy. But anyway, I also see Jabadeva says Benny Hinn, Benny Hinn, Joyce Meyer, Dr. James Kennedy, and all those preachers sell out a stadium in Africa. Bunch of money launching. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
See, Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer used to be MTD Jacks. That used to be like the breadwinner of our house. Every morning.
Power bottom. So imagine Joey been told, hey, we gotta go get money. We gotta go see Power Bottom today.
Oh my God. Joyce Meyer. Oh my God.
Joyce Meyer. Everybody knows Joyce Myers. The government, I think, did she finally get sued, Joyce Myers, for being the goddamn because they know they go to Africa. The African mind has been fucked up.
And the
Joel still around? And Joe Osteen, no good ass. This no good con man. How my friends. Remember in Houston there was a flood, right? This no good bastard didn't want to let the black people in to escape the flood. He's supposed to be a man of God. He told the motherfuckers, hey, you go drown. He didn't want to open his church up to the people trying to escape the flood. He's a man of God.
It's crazy.
Can you imagine going to Africa and the money you can get because everybody's fucking stupid? This got to be the best thing in the world. You go to Nigeria, it's 250 million in moron. It's Jesus. I'm here. Go to Kenya.
God.
You go to Kenya. You got like they got like 40 million Parvin mamas. It's Jesus. I'm here. Look at me. And then imagine, because now they tell you that the Jesus is black. The African won't even accept that. He said, hey, you know, we found this Jesus, these ancient paintings before they made this white man, right? No, that's not the Jesus I know. Benny Hinn told me different.
Let me tell you, I used to wake up every morning. Even when I joined Black Hot Fire at the beginning, I was still in denial of, learning a bit about.
Joby got so scared. Joby got so scared that Joby was about to quit.
Yeah, was about to quit. Man. I went to ask him, Kami, if Kami can literally testify. This is how this dude talks, man. He calls morons.
I remember, I got Joby as a baby. He's not Joby was a baby. Joby just really turned 22. I got Joby as a baby. So she's not. Yeah, I know you guys can imagine the Joby now than the Joby what she was. It's completely different, So it's hard to think about Joby now as she was then.
I have grown, no cap, man. I know a lot. I can tell a lot, but even without being told. And I'm just grateful, man. I've grown a lot. It's been a massive growth, especially mentally wise. It's been amazing. But I was scared because I went asking Kami, is this how Keith talks? Because Africans number one, because I used to be very disgusted every time you come on my show. You morons. You moron. You think I'm a moron and I'm
but Joby had the confidence. Joby, I wanted to see. I manifested Joby, guys. You guys are not. I manifested Joby. I had to see if Joby was strong enough because I planned to build Black Out Fire around her, which actually happened. That was the plan. But I wanted to see something in her character, so I would pick on her and say something. I see it. Joby doesn't know how to keep things inside. You see, if things irritated, look at her face.
Yeah, everyone. I think everyone right now in the office knows my face when it's in a sort of way something is wrong.
Joby's face is a tell. So I noticed that the word bothers. I was saying more. I said these damn morons. Everybody's a moron. So Joby got mad one time. She didn't want to say, but she just came out. I'm not a moron.
Yeah, I used to correct you all the time. Like, I'm not a boy. You can't call us morons. No, that is so wrong of you. That is so wrong of you. You're so wrong about Africans. No.
So I need to see if she was tough. She was saying, I don't like you calling us morons. I said, Joby, I'm really not saying it. It's actually a term of endearment. It's I really was doing this to see your reaction. I said, it's really not calling anybody morons in like a bad way. It's almost like theater. It's like wrestling. It's theatrics. It's theatrics.
What kept me moving is because as much as I was still on the religion side, I'd already started learning about like the powers of manifesting. There's how we are God. I didn't know that part exactly, but I knew you can literally be able to ask for anything and it will be delivered so long as you literally believe and you are very intentional about it. That was when I was setting up about the laws of manifestation, affirmations. I was literally learning about me and my astrology, my zodiac sign, my element. So I was like, something is not really adding up with what I'm learning and the religion. So I want to go back to that studio and learn more. This guy knows something I don't, and I want to hear it. So I feel like that is what kept me going because I'd already started a journey of a
you already started. You already started. The one guy told you got rid of him quick. Get your ass out of here.
I'm gonna look for that guy. I hope he's not dead. I'm gonna look for that.
Damn, I hope he's not dead. Hope he's not dead either. Shit, goddamn. Where did you get that from? Damn.
He used to
Damn.
be a thug. He used to be a thug. He was a good friend, but a thug. You know,
Okay.
friends, but they are in a
Alright.
bad. They in
Oh
bad.
yeah, yeah, okay. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, he used to be a good friend, but when he told me about Allah and Jesus and me being here before, I was like, nah, you smoking some really hard drugs. You need to go. You need to go.
I like that.
And I was like, nah.
You smoking some really hard drugs.
I was like, nah. I can't continue being your friend. I feel like you're friends, and I'm not with you. You too. No. What do you mean I existed? What do you mean I was here before? What do you mean?
I love it.
I couldn't believe it. But anyways, After Majama says that told you all beer belly is a sign of success. Only in Africa. Trust me. Only in Africa. Okay? and only to the poor girls, okay? Those who are craving and desperate about life. They want to make it very hard. For me, no. I've never been a fan of it. Never will.
I mean, Joby, I get credit. Joby's never been a fan of the big belly. I mean, how much money they had. You're like, nope.
No. I'm not about to be walking with this is a walk of shame. This is a walking, balloon walking. That is a shame. Have you seen me walking? I don't deserve that, Jiba says that so I bet when Obama prompted cash for clunker cars, they went to Africa for profit. I bet maybe, probably, I don't know about clunker cars. Let me see what is that. Clunker cars. Yeah,
hey,
yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah.
What I can't get up. Hey, what is Parvin and Sheila making? What they making for lunch? They must be making lunch back there. Fries? All right, I want some. Let me get some fries.
Also, Sister Zenobia says, good morning, everyone. When I was in Ghana in December, I was in a store and I witnessed a black man pushing an Arab man grocery cart. Oh my God. While the colonizer was shopping, no one was paying attention. What the F?
Wow. See? That's the And look, if I was an Arab, if I was, a lot of them people, them Palestinians and them Lebanese, those are Arab. Them Lebanese, you got a lot of Lebanese in Ghana. You got a lot of Palestinians in Ghana. The ones that came and said, oh, those are good people. You don't get your crazy ass out of here.
Kamlesh is crazy. Kamlesh, I think he's also taking some drugs that don't take him well. I don't know. Kamlesh is just crazy. Shout out to him, though. He's going to be telling us more. After he comes on Tuesday, we're going to hear more stories, This weekend, I was with, okay? We are here to listen, Kamlesh. But I also see Jubadeba says Benny Him confessed and said he was a scammer a few years ago.
He was a scammer. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Tell Parvin that. He said, because they were coming after him, the IRS said, listen here, you've been hiding money. He said, yeah, but it's all an act. It's a scam. It's not real. He said, but the people believe it's real. And he can do that in Africa because that's, hey, he can get away with the tax shit in Africa. Because hell, if I was unscrupulous and I was just really devious, I make up some church shit, and I go to Africa and I get filthy rich. Lord is telling me, calm down here, Parvin and Sheila. Let me make these fries rise out the grease. Rise! I have a midget on a wire, and a visible wire you couldn't see. He be flying around. I be having my hands like this. Look at my powers. He said, what? He's got the Holy Ghost. Yes, I got the Holy Ghost.
I also see Jiba says that Joby, you'll get a blonde wig in heaven. I tell you, Jesus said so. Yeah. Oh my God.
That was funny.
I have no idea. And then I had my stepmom lying to me that when you cry, the tears are building you a kingdom in heaven. I got all that crap. So and then I understand the trauma I'd gone through with my dad. So I used to cry all the time. I'm like, yeah, these tears are not in vain. These tears are building the kingdom. Like,
we need to hook Joey's stepmom up with Farman's mom.
Man, I don't know if she's changed. I don't know. It's been some time. I don't know. I don't know if she's changed or she's still the same.
Nah, her mind's still fucked up. Get out of here.
And I also see Badaba says John Cena, Joby will kill me, man. But he never used to be my favorite character. I loved me, like I said. Triple H used to be my best. Rey Mysterio, Triple H's wife Vicky, till the day we discovered she was not crippled, she was acting up.
Toby's all of that. But the church, Toby really believed the lady was crippled.
She woke up one day, then she had cheated on Triple H, went to some
Toby, that's theatric. It's all made up.
I know.
I know.
This has all been my life. This has all been a play. Kamala, the Ugandan giant, Superfly Sunka. Yeah,
Superfly Jimmy Snooker. That's before Joby's time. That's Superfly Jimmy Snooker. That Macho Man Randy Savage. What's the guy's name who lived in They Live? That was what's the guy's name, you guys, that played in They Live? What's the Roddy Piper? That's his name. Roddy Piper. That's before Joe. That's for my time period with my friend. I never watched none of that. I couldn't. I said I can't watch this. This is like a grown man soap opera. I can't watch this shit.
Yeah. To Gambel. I don't know. I can't pronounce the name correctly. Thank you so much for following the live creator. Big up to Ems. Thank you so much for following the live creator as well. I appreciate you guys on TikTok. Jabadaba says, I think you read that. Sister Sinovia says The Rock is a major celebrity. He also played the professional
now he is.
for a while. Okay, and I also
remember The Rock. Yeah, The Rock. But he never really played football. He was a scrub at football. He played like semi-pro, Zenobia. He played like semi-pro. He never played professional. I'm not talking about like soccer, but professional football. He wasn't good enough. So that's when he transitioned to become a wrestler. Mm-hmm. And they seen since he was a good actor. That's what made him now he's in all the movies. He was able to transition. That's why John Cena is trying to take the same path as The Rock did, transitioning into movies. And John Cena is actually pretty good at it. I think, I must admit The Rock is real good from a wrestler because it's all acting. Yeah, I'm going to beat you up and kill you. I'm crippled, Joby. It's all acting. But to be able to transition that to movies is really amazing, to tell you the truth.
I also like John Cena's movies.
His movies are pretty good. Yeah. He has a bit in many, but I'm saying for now, the ones he's done well. They've been credible. I mean, it's not nothing like I look and say, oh man, this is cringy. Stop. Oh please, oh man, no more movies. So so they've actually been decent. They haven't been like bombs and stink. Like, oh man, hey, no. So please don't put him back in the
that was his signature. Woo! That was Ric Flair.
That was Ric Flair. Woo! The Nation Boy, baby. That's crazy. That's crazy. I lost $1 million. I swear to God. And somebody said, Joby knew Ric Flair. I said, man, Joby don't know damn Ric Flair. Get out of here.
I do. Sorry.
Wow.
I think I do. And say shout out to Kay Williams. Happy Friday to you too. And Sister Sinovia says, just imagine black religious people colonized 500 more years because Jesus is now black.
They're black. Yeah, because I don't know. Their minds are so messed up, Sinovia, because they've been given a white fake Jesus, right? And most in the religions like saying, I'm gonna beat up on your mom a little bit today, Parvin. I'm sorry, I still love her. But their minds are so bad because they don't know any real history. So I don't know if they can let go of the white, because remember, along with the white Jesus came the black self-hate. Because remember, the colonizers told them that everything is white is good, everything black is bad. So now can they just now all of a sudden switch? Now that they know that the first pictures of Jesus are all of a black guy, can they just switch like that now? Can they? Because the most of them can't accept themselves. They're dealing with self-hate. That's why you got the skin bleaching in Africa going crazy, and in the Caribbean, right? Because of the self-hate. You think I'm now accept a black man as a Jesus, as a God, and I'm sitting there bleaching myself? I'm bleaching myself because I don't like being black. Now you tell me that the God that you told me for all these years is really a black man. Am I going to accept that?
No.
I don't know. Exactly. I don't think so.
It is crazy. And of course, speaking about the skin and all that, to the bit of a conversation of the day, some of the conversations that I've left pending, we'll talk about them tonight, like Burkina Faso's junta extending anti-jihadist emergency measures, and also Russia worship coming to Eritrea. But to the major focus of the day, so I can share the video kit you shared with me, is about France studying a bill against hair discrimination. And we know for the longest time, the same people talking about hair discrimination are the ones who have hated Africans for their hair texture. We've seen even young people being eliminated from like games because of their hair textures and all that.
But being who we are, Joey, being African.
So they're saying that French lawmakers are debating a bill. They were debating a bill on Thursday that will ban discriminations based on the textual length.
But let me stop. But ain't it funny, Joey? There are no bills. There's no laws in Africa hating on white people for their hair, is there?
No.
Is there? Of course not. Of course not.
So they're saying that French lawmakers are debating a bill discussed on Thursday that would ban discrimination based on texture, length, color, and style of person's hair. And its authors hope the groundbreaking measure will send a message to support black people.
It's groundbreaking for them. See, this is the same shit Canvas was talking. This bullshit. It's groundbreaking. What? It's groundbreaking for you to be humane and allow people to be in themselves. That's groundbreaking for white people. So these are the most despicable, fucked up people on the planet. It's groundbreaking. I don't understand who's writing this nonsense. It's groundbreaking for them to be humane and allow Africans to be African people. That's groundbreaking. For African people, it's nothing. They allow white people to come to Africa and wear their fur on top of their head, which is fur.
The others hope that the groundbreaking measure will send a message to support black people and others who have faced hostility. There's no others. It's only black people who have faced discrimination.
Only black people. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hostility, Joey. Man, you've been hostile because of the way God made me. But you tell me you give me your fake Jesus, your fake Allah, but you're hostile. You're hostile the way you're hostile to me, claiming that your fake God made me this way, but you're hostile to the way he made me. Crazy.
It's crazy.
And that is the shout out to the youth right now. You are the black woman is the original on the planet. Not the original black man and black woman. She's the original. So if she's the original, that means God, in their eyes, would have had to been fucked up. Because the black woman is the original. Okay? All other people come from her. She is the original. So either God was fucked up and crazy when he made her hair like that, and her face and her skin color, or somebody's been lying to us. Go ahead.
They're saying that it's about time. Let me read this. It's about time. Today we are going to have a further breakdown of these barriers and discrimination. They're saying that the bill echoes similar legislation in more than 20 U.S. states, and the bill was proposed by Olivier Serva.
That's what Joe. In every, remember I told you, every state in America is its own country. Then it all comes together. Same way it would be in Africa, if you had United States of Africa. Every state, even though Kenya would no longer be a country, it'd be a state inside the country of Africa. But they would set their own laws, so that's why you can move freely. If you didn't like the laws in Kenya, you move to South Africa because the whole country is yours, right? So you got laws, Joby, that African women were not allowed to wear their hair in America.
Imagine.
but it's a loving country that people should respect and follow.
The crazy part of history that's literally phased my mind is when you made me discover that they used to cut our hair and stuff it on a pillowcase and sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
That is just some psychopathic, animalistic type of behavior. How comfortable are you? Personally, I can't even touch someone's breaking hair. So imagine you sleeping on someone's stuffed pillow hair. This is so crazy.
Right. Imagine the mind of somebody like that, Joe. Talk about a psychopath.
That is supposed to be on the toilet, somewhere on the toilet. That is right, that type of a mindset. The bill echoes similar legislation in more than 20 US states, and the bill was proposed by Olivier Serva, a French MP, originally from the French island of Guadeloupe, and in the West Indies, who says that if passed, it will make France a first country in the world to recognize national-wide hair discrimination. And the bill amends existing anti-discrimination measures in the labor code and the penal code to explicitly prohibit discrimination against people with a curly or coiled hair or other hairstyle as unprofessional.
African hair. Our hair, Joby, being African is unprofessional, Joby. Being African. It's unprofessional being African.
And of course,
that's why they changed the law in Kenya. They tell the girls in school got to cut their hair because of the shame of African women's hair.
Man, do you know how? Hey, I remember, I don't know who, but someone in my life when I was young made me feel insecure about my hair, because I think I have your type of hair, because mine, when I shave, when I was young, it used to curl itself, the way it's, the small curls, like that's how my hair is when I shave literally completely. I think you've seen me guys with short hair, so it's curls, and actually it's very beautiful. Personally, I love it.
It's African, Joby.
Good.
It's African.
Made me feel insecure, and that is a no. And I used to hear this actually is also in our house. My stepmom used to make it look like it's funny, but I think they don't understand how you're making someone feel.
Because they're dealing with trauma. That's called slave culture. It's called slave culture when they taught you how to hate yourself. Like when Malcolm X told you, who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your nose? Who taught you to hate you? The white man. So then becomes internalized in a family, and your parents pass that shit on to their children, that hatred.
It is crazy, and I believe Africans should be, you as an African, no matter where you are, you should be confident with your hair. You should be confident in your skin color. You should be confident in being African, and you should not allow anyone to even, this bill should not be passed. We should walk confidently with our hair. Why is it that it only bothers them? Actually, we are okay.
Exactly, Joby.
And maybe some of us also are not confident.
Because you know what? Because you know what bothers them, Joby? You ever thought about it? I try to tell African people, why do you think you the only people got hair like you do? Huh? Everybody else got a different kind of hair, and it's not hair. Everybody else has fur. You have hair. That's why they hate you.
It is so crazy, and I believe that is what Africans need to learn. But before I share your video, I have this video over here that I want to share. I don't know which where this group of white people, where they are coming from, but they were mocking Africans, and this is their behavior. This is literally dirty behavior.
Yeah.
They come here, and the Africans should learn something about this. They come here with their cameras, they film us, ask us our names, ask us about our culture, our traditions. But when they go to their country, they're making money off it in a very modern way.
Yeah, they making fun of you. They say, look at these dumbass niggas, look at these dumbass Africans. That's all. So they know you're loving and kind naturally. You got to learn that these people have always been our enemies. You can't invite them into your spaces. There's always some bullshit going on.
It's crazy. But normally we used to, the white people, especially in South Africa, painting themselves black in the name of they are being, discriminated. They are being more, they're facing racism. They're not wanted in the society. But can they explain this?
What's your name? Shumu. What's your name? So
this was a group of white men who
I know that. I know what they do. I told you. I know, Joe. I know, Joby. This is who they are. You get to expect an animal to act any different when it shits on your goddamn leg. That's your fault. It's an animal. So
this is what you're dealing with. The clicking sound, that is the Khoisan, if I'm not right. The Khoisan language, they speak the clicking sound.
The sound, the coin, and that's them.
What's your name?
And you see.
What's your name?
And look, Joby, has this been taken down? No. But if you say anything about the small hats, there's a problem.
You are an anti-Semitic, shout out to Chris.
Exactly.
If you try to say anything to, go against them, you are an anti-Semitic.
What's your name? Amen. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
My name now. We're moving process.
What's your name, my man? And what about you? Wow. What's your name? Yeah?
That's a funny one. That's a funny one. But the reason I'm sharing this is what they do, because that was a white man behind the camera, the one taking the video, and then they went now applied this and started mocking us and acting like monkeys. It's crazy. And again, that is a lesson to us as Black people and the African people, especially in the continent. We need to stop teaching these people our cultures. We need to stop actually being even on their cameras. We need to stop entertaining them. First and foremost, we need regulations of these people coming into our continent. Like the way I said this in 2021 or 2022, Africa was a state. We should have a law that should be passed, and it should actually be working, whereby if these people come here, they should be followed. How many days? Where are you going? Which part of, not Kenya now, okay? Which part of Africa
that was 2021, you said that,
which part of Africa are you going? And how long are you going to stay? Who's your relative there? Do you have a relative, or you're going to a hotel?
That's what they do to you when you leave to their country.
Yeah, when you go to Tanzania, on our border, we need to answer a lot of questions. When you're going down to Tanzania, who are you going to see in Tanzania? Do you have a relative there? If not, give the number of who you're going to see. How long are you going to stay? You have to pay. You have to pay for overstay. You remember our last trip? We had to come back because we were scared of,
Yeah,
we didn't transit because we were
scared. You guys are scared because of the overstaying or something. I said, oh, you guys got a 90-day visa.
No, it's because our temporary passport was expired. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Well, I forgot.
Yeah, it was expired.
Yeah, that was it.
And the fonts too. It was something to do with the line SIM card.
Yeah.
There was to be shutting down the SIM cards if you're not re-registered. So it is crazy, and I believe that is what Africa and if Africa was working correctly, those are some of the things that should be followed. The same way you are followed as an African, when you go there, they think you are a thief. You are.
Yeah, when you go to their country.
I was watching a video. I think I shared that the video of this lady who was shook when she went to Italy. The racism, she couldn't believe it. And You see, the white man was following her even on the mall, on the shop, checking everything he's doing. And when he was trying, because she has a translator that can translate the words she can't understand. This guy was like, put that down, you can touch that. This is their behavior. You saw the treatment we had in Tanzania when we met those Germany men. They wanted us to cook outside. We've been bitten by mosquitoes and kids
they were nasty.
Inside.
Yeah, they were nasty to you guys. But at least you guys had enough fortitude to speak up for yourselves. You understood. You don't let nobody disrespect you. You were paid guests. They work for you. You don't work for them. So you guys, that's why he was scared. Hey, I thought you guys, look, the German guy in Tanzania thought that Joby and Katie lived in the States because they wasn't a regular docile African. He said, these girls must have been in the States before they came back.
That is the day we regret never going live, because you guys would have seen they got the work. They got the work. They did. Kitty was on fire more than myself. Like, Kitty was so mad. She was so mad. You've been making us cook outside, and now you're telling us we can't use what? What? You write everything we've used right here that you want us to pay. Write it down, everything. Write it down. And crazy.
Because he was so shocked that they were speaking up for themselves as Africans. Because most Africans are bootlickers and scared of white people and just do what they told to do. So Katie and Joby were completely opposite. He said, I think these girls must have been living in the States.
No, they'd already pissed us because the girlfriend that he was dating, she was like, I can't go to the beach. So we wanted to go to the beach, right? And we want to pick Niche as we go, because where we were and where Niche was, it was like a 10-minute with the tuk-tuk.
Whatever you call it. Yeah.
And we told her, hey, can we go to the beach with you? She was like, no, my Mzungu guy won't allow me to. I must go with him. And
look, she was Kenyan.
Hey, from Mombasa.
From
Mombasa. I'm like, wait, where are you from? I'm from Mombasa. Metoka Mombasa. This guy is denying me freedom. And you're gonna stay here. You're like, you're just gonna stay here.
That's my. See, okay, that's how most Africans' minds are fucked up, Joby. That's what I'm talking about. You, the docility. You don't know about it.
Even without all this mindset I have right now, you're not gonna dictate to me what to do, especially with dating. Hell no. There's respect. Yes, I respect you as my man, but you're not gonna tell me, hey, you can't go. You can't. What? Are we married?
You're not supposed to.
Are we married? Yeah. So let me have my freedom, please. And if you can't deal with that, please bye. Bye. Yeah, so it's a bye. But let me share this video that you wanted me to share before I get to wind up. You see, it's 3 p.m. already, and we're supposed to be starting the Rhythm Scoop show in the next few minutes. So let me share this very quickly. Time is really going so fast today. I woke up at 6:30, and I was like, let me sleep a little bit, then I'll wake up at 6:40. The next minute, I woke up already 7 hours. I need to wake up. It's going so fast. So fast. So let me share this.
Okay, now let's talk about this. This is a letter that was written by this man. And
that's the letter I was trying to find for Joby. We talked about forever.
Mm-hmm. I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we will ever conquer this country.
Now pause that. Now you see, no beggars. When I tell you that people Africans like me crazy, you was never poor. Simba, the white man that come to help you, Simba. You were never poor. They traveled throughout Africa. He was called Africa, whole country, because there was no countries back then. It was kingdoms. So he was named Africa's one country. So, but what he's saying is, I never met one beggar. That was just in Africa. I never met one poor person. They were all wealthy. I do not know how we can conquer these people. See, already that was the intention, to conquer Africa and African people. Not to be your friend, not to come teach you know Jesus or Allah, to conquer
Mm-hmm.
your ass was their
Yep.
mission. Go ahead, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Lalela, think, listen. Unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spirituality
Reality.
and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her
Our
culture.
education,
For
right?
if the Africans think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem
True.
and their native cultures,
True.
and they will become what we want them to be,
Mm-hmm.
a truly dominated nation.
And they did.
This was before the arrival
They
of
did.
the Bible here in South Africa.
Yes.
That is why we need to understand that it was so important for the missionaries, for the colonizers to demonize our spirituality, to make us hate who we are, to make us hate our hair, to make us hate the way we look. If you can look around today, the beauty standard, they revolve around these people. Everything. It was so important for them to do this because why? They knew that they would never, ever colonize us if we still had our spirituality. For over 300 years, these people were trying to come into Africa and they couldn't. Because why? That time, our people were following their own ancient ways, the African spirituality. We had gods and goddesses that were protecting us, that protected our ancestors, that protected us in every aspect of life. There was no way they could come in. And then they came with their Bible and they told you that let the dead bury the dead. Thou shalt not worship any other God except for me, for I am the Lord Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. You know why? Because they knew that the gods that we have here in Africa, they were more powerful than their stories. Way powerful. It is important, guys, to go back to the ways of our ancestors. This unity that we're talking about, if we're talking about unity and unifying Africa, we cannot unite in any political stand of view. We cannot unite in any religious point of view.
That's true.
The only way we can unite is going back to our ancient ways. Because all this country called Africa, our spirituality is the same everywhere.
Sure was.
The Nigerians
That's right.
are doing the same thing that we're doing here in Africa.
South
In South Africa.
That's right.
The
You
Botswana
were.
people,
Because you were the same. Because you were the same people. You're the same people. That's why you're doing the same shit.
Stories of creation are one, and they are told in different languages. But it's one thing. African spirituality is the foundation of us as Africans. There is nothing we can ever do without going back to the ways of our ancestors. And the unity that we're crying for, it has to come from within us. We should not let anyone tell us how to unite now.
Talk about uniting. You hear that? From South Africa, the lady, other video I shared with you. The youth know it's time to unite. We gotta get rid of all that nonsense the white man gave with the tribal shit, fake religion. It's coming out now telling that the Jesus is black. The Jesus is black, nigga. What? I want to take no black Jesus. Holy shit.
We're following the ways of our ancestors, and we were never slaves. When we were following those gods, when we were worshiping the God of the sun, the God of this and the God of that and the God of that,
God,
we were never slaves.
with the Creator.
Up until we accepted the white poison, and then we started being slaves for every nation. We are
That's true.
slaves for every nation. The Chinese, Indians, everyone who wants the slaves can just come to Africa and just
All of them.
grab a slave. It's easy.
All of them.
Why? Because we've got no protection at all. Our creators are not with us. Our protectors are not with us. Our ancestors, they cannot fight this war alone. They need their gods. They need their creators to be present, and then we can fight this war, and then we can win this war.
You hear the Lord, right?
My name
Give
is
a warning on
Zinto,
us.
and I'm an African.
First. Right. Not a South
Yes.
African. I'm an African first. Right.
And yes,
African first.
my spirit cries for what was taken from my ancestors. My spirituality was ripped off. My ancestors were left naked. I was born naked in a spiritual sense or point of view. I have been worshiping foreign gods that led me straight to slavery. They led me straight to colonization. They have never helped us, not even once. For 500 years, these people have been here doing whatever they want, unaliving the way they want, unaliving our ancestors, unaliving us even today. We cannot stop them because this is a spiritual thing. They understood that our power is in our spirituality. And yes, we understand that our power now to unite is in our spirituality.
Yep, and that is so true. I agree with her. That is so true. Now, Africans need to hear this. I don't know who needs to tell you, but your fellow Africans are telling you. And I see my in-laws are very well educated. So shout out to you kids for saying that I'm going to meet myself. You better come from this line of smart, you better come from there. But anyway, family, I think we shall be wrapping it up here. It's been amazing.
He gonna come for that lineage. He's also gonna be dancing his animal piano.
Yeah.
He gonna say, Joey, you better get ready. You better get with it.
Yeah, we're gonna be cool. We're gonna be doing amazing. But anyway, shout out to Emad, shout out to John Mosquito, who is with us on TikTok. Shout out to Matthew as well. Asante sana for tuning in. If this is your first time right here, Matthew Munyao. If you love our conversations, kindly follow the host, the live creator, and of course, come back every Monday to Friday. We have these amazing conversations. So
Shout out to Joby, the wrestler lover. My God, shout out to Joby. And shout out to Barbara's mom, the Benny Hinn lover.
Ric Flair, woo! That's it.
Woo! The nature boy, Ric Flair. Woo!
Yep, you're very right. But I see Zinovia says that they all look alike, Arab, Palestine, wherever they are. Yep. I also say the same. Even the Chinese Indians, all the same. I don't care whether you.
Nobody laughing. Just say, I don't know. Chinese, Japanese, they all look the same to me.
All of them. I don't care. They look the same. Same characters. Same hair, hairy bodies. This same, nothing different. Nothing different. I also see Zenobia saying that when you cry, you are building a kingdom of heaven. Just damn. I know. Don't even. God. I cried. Man, I was such a cry, baby. I think I've even.
I think Joey need to heal. Joey did cry like because she did that was her healing. Joey don't cry no more. It was good. Yeah. She was because you healed. She's too strong. Yeah, but Joey had to heal. I think I've seen Joey cry in almost 2 years now. She had to heal.
It's crazy.
She had to heal.
There's a time I even called you crying and I slept crying.
Yeah, that's right. But that was it. That was all right. That was your time to heal. She become a healed woman now. She's got full of confidence and everything else. So
does take time, but I'm grateful because of you guys. You have also made me. You told me to grow. You told me to grow. What was it? There's the term grow what?
Oh, I told you grow. Oh, I told you grow thick skin.
Yeah, I had to grow some thick skin, family. So I did, I had to grow some thick skin, especially with all that I'm handling here and handling people. I had to grow a thick skin, I really
Yeah.
had to. But I also see Jibajaba says that I can't, wrestling these skills. But I do, Manze. Shock on you guys. I know wrestling. I was a fan of and all that. And also see you saying that Macho Man was favorite. It was hilarious. I don't know about Macho Man. We had Macho
Yeah,
Man.
baby, that's before Jovi's time. You guys go back to our time. That's the next generation before Jovi. So Macho Man, the Macho Man Randy Savage. It's the Macho Man, baby. Hold on, Jovi. This real quick. Before we leave, I leave. Go to YouTube, Jovi, and pull up the Macho Man on YouTube. Say Macho. He was a Macho Man. The Macho Man Randy
Macho in
Savage.
Swahili means eyes.
Means who?
Macho in Swahili means eyes. Eyes. Your eyes.
Well, in English it means manly man. Macho.
Damn.
Yeah, it means manly man.
Means
Macho.
eyes.
He's a macho man. The Macho Man Randy Savage. Here, baby, is the Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm here to let you know.
Big part of the upcoming card is this man. What was that? Macho Man Randy Savage.
You can't even talk about it. Lucky person.
Talk about. Oh yeah, Joby, the Macho Man.
Lucky person. And Tito Santana, if you go to the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship out with the Macho Man Randy Savage and escape with your life and still lose your belt, you are a lucky Tito. Yeah, that's what they're going to be calling you. Comparatively speaking to the Macho Man Randy Savage, you are nothing but garbage. Yeah, nothing but garbage, guy. And I'm talking inevitable. And I'm talking you can't hold that belt with me climbing through the ropes. Gene Okerlund right here is a crying towel. And I want you to give that to Tito. Things are just popping right now. Things are starting to
The funny
things
character.
are starting to grow. Things are getting real colorful. Just like the Silver Cloud Rolls Royce.
I'm very
top
curious.
of the line.
Wait a minute, Randy.
Comparatively speaking, you are like a grain of sand.
I could watch none of this shit. I knew it was too over the top for me. Oh yeah, Randy man. I could all these characters. That's just I couldn't watch that shit. Like man, I can't watch this soap opera.
Trump also used to be on wrestling, or he funded.
Yeah.
He used to be on wrestling.
Yeah. He's the own part of it. Yeah, he's on. Show a thing when Trump was wrestling, Joe, before we leave. Trump wrestles. Oh, look at Trump! Trump throws him to the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know he used to be there, and he also funded. He was the one who was funding Fear Factor. I don't know if you watched Fear Factor.
I don't know them characters. I don't know characters, Joe. Who was Fear Factor?
No, Fear Factor is not a character. Fear Factor was it used to be like
the TV show.
Yeah,
the TV show you talking about? When they do all kind of weird shit. They had to eat. Yeah, they had to eat weird shit. Yeah, that was a Joe Rogan ass. Yeah.
Let me share this.
There you go, Trump body slams him. Oh, Trump's an old man that body slamming people. Get out of here. Trump body slams him. Oh.
Let me put it very
smacked down. Now you're vying for a whole presidential seat. We need you being smacked down. Let's see. Actually, it used to be called the Smackdown. The Smackdown.
Yeah, that's right. Trump Smackdown. Joey knows the whole thing. I'm surprised Joey had the damn dolls of the damn characters, the little toys and shit.
Yep.
Oh, Trump body's Vince McMahon. Whoa, watch out, boy. Whoa. I gotta do Joby. I can't.
Come on. Now you are a whole president. Give us another show of your factor. God damn it. We
But
need
that's like,
another
that's all of it is theater, Joe. It's called Kabuki theater. It's all make believe. Kabuki theater.
He's crazy. He's crazy. But anyway, family, we're
What's
wrapping
up,
it up.
family?
Yeah. Asante Sana, and for those comments, maybe
That
I
was,
missed
that was
them.
a that was a fun show, guys. That was fun. I didn't know Joby was such a WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Fun.
I used to be.
That's
At
why Joby gets along with men better than she do women.
man.
You can't get no
I'm a
women to
man.
watch that.
I'm not a women's people, no cap, man. I like me being surrounded by men.
I know.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
that's just me and my neighbor.
You can't get no women to watch. You can't get many women to watch that shit. Oh, what are we watching? What is this?
We won't relate, imagine. Most of the times you find me on weekends, so if we're not maybe like nowadays, after we're done with the show with the chat, it's always me here and Danny watching some movies and we cook, because we can relate with each other, you can also detect the dark humor in a movie, like I like most of the ladies or most of the people. But anyway, family, have an amazing rest part of your day, but we're coming back actually in a few on the Rhythm Scoop. So kindly tune in on our YouTube channel. This is the Black Hot Fire Network live channel, and that catches up right there and see what we shall be talking about on terms of entertainment, art, and culture. Thank you, John.
It's on the Black Out Fire channel, not the Black Out Fire live channel. Black Out Fire Network channel, family.
Yeah. So have an amazing day. Rather enjoy your day at work. K. Williams, I hope you're doing great. Jiba Jaba Sinovia, and to all our amazing silent listeners who've been so many.
And the nature boy. The nature Joby. Woo!
Yeah, in it. Much love, family.
What's up, family?
Every time I feel count on lonely friend, swear me off a win. That's why me